country in 45 years. Did you just ignore, let me ask you something. Did you just ignore the fact that they did a poll and he was the most popular person to lead Iran in polling of Iranians? Did you see that? We'll get real quick. I mean, because that's just, I mean, to me, like I feel like that's really what you should look at. That's how you should make a decision. That's just me. So you're saying you believe the Western poll out of Iran? Yeah. I believe it more than your vibe, yeah. Sure. Like, so, and let me give you my logic of why I think that. It's widely reported that the Iranian government is deeply unpopular with its people. Logically, if a government is deeply unpopular with its people, the majority of people will probably think that the previous government is better. And if this guy represents the previous government, they're going to think, let's bring him back. How many times that during President Trump did people say, I wish we had Obama? How many times did people said, I still wish we had Bush? It's faulty logic? No, it's not. Not necessarily. Nothing is ever necessarily. How are they conducting polls while they're getting bombed? Well, the poll didn't happen yesterday. It happened a period of time ago. I mean, you're going to tell me that the poll is invalid because it happened like 3 years ago or something? I mean, I don't even understand. Like, what is this? Yeah, anyway, it's 4 months ago, right? Exactly. Trump's live taking questions. Let me see. I can pull it up and find it if there's something happening. It seems like there's not really a whole lot. Yeah, I don't see it. Saved? No, I mean, he's not really being rude or anything like that. I mean, that's always been my viewpoint. Yeah, we talk about Ethan Sue and Frogan. No, we'll watch that later on. But anyway, I got a little bit distracted. I apologize. And let's go back and look at this.
In the past 48 hours, and of course even before that, but especially as a result of this latest campaign, many elements within the military have reached out to me. They're communicating the fact that they're ready to defect, they're ready to peel away from the regime, they're willing to join with the people and demonstrate that to the people. Some elements within the intelligence sector, as well as the bureaucratic setup. We are seeing more and more defections beginning to take place, which is something that I anticipated and I have called for, because they realize that it's pointless to stay there and try to defend a regime that doesn't care about the nation, that doesn't care about our country. And there are, at the end of the day, some proud nationalists. They believe in Iran's territorial integrity. They believe that their job is to protect the nation, not to kill people under the regime's orders. So this element is one of the factors that is beginning to happen. I hope that in any consideration...
But that has to happen there. It has to be people that are protesting there. Like, if it's not people that are protesting there, it's not going to work.
...that we have, including President Trump, he realizes that this is something that is beginning to become more and more...
This point is why Trump might be waiting every day the Iranian people get closer to throwing off the chains. Yeah, like, I mean, again, I think that somebody brought that point up in chat a couple of days ago. Because, like, I originally said that every single day that you let this go on, it gets worse. But I actually think that counterpoint, the more that I think about that, I think that's more relevant and more valid than what I said. And I feel like maybe they're just trying to wait this out and hopefully, you know, like, hopefully just trigger some sort of action.
Tangible. So I think a strategic pause might be required at some point to allow that process to demonstrate itself and allow the regime to start falling on its own weight, so to speak. And we are living these moments as I speak to you right now. So I hope it doesn't get to a point that we have to go even further. But again, I'm not a military strategist, nor am I an advisor to the president. I'm just telling you that Iranians would hope that instead of our country being targeted militarily, and as painful as it is as a patriot to see that my country has been attacked, and I've always thought that we should try to avoid at the most possible such confrontation, just because diplomacy has failed, and instead allow for the process of change at the hand of the people themselves to take place. So I hope that they consider that
He's completely right.
as a critical factor, as opposed to our only option after failed diplomacy is further military.
I mean, I certainly think this guy is a little bit more even-handed than the crazy guy that, you know, says that they're going to fight to the last person and he's posting AI videos, right? This guy seems a little bit more reasonable. USA funds terrorist organizations, CIA fucks up Iran, now we're the ones wanting to fix the country? Well, I don't know what that has to do with it. Like, so the CIA did something bad in 20 years ago, and so now we have to accept that they're funding a bunch of terrorist organizations and let people get bombed? What a retarded premise.
That's right.
Understood. So you would not want to see the United States use this bunker buster at Fordo. Is that correct? You would discourage that.
Well, I hope that as the regime is crumbling, is that enough of a factor to have neutralized it sufficient that it cannot do anything harmful, at least in the immediate? Because the whole argument about striking is because of the imminence of the regime's threat. But
he's right about
they've been
that.
Completely dismantled. The apparatus of air defense, the apparatus of...
So he's basically saying we don't even need to do anything, like, we don't need to beat them, they're already beating themselves. Which, I mean, part of that probably is true. Like, I mean, I would imagine, like, taking out that much leadership of the government and the military, it probably totally disorients them and fucks them up. Massively.
Retaliation is almost taken out. So I think that sort of pushes back a little bit the envelope, which would allow sufficient time for another phenomenon to occur, which is the one I just explained to you. Allow the Iranian people to overcome this regime, help them do that, because that option is always on the table. But what's the rush here? People are...
Anyone defending the IRGC is an actual idiot? Well, there's a lot of... You have to understand that, like, this is the premise of a lot of, like, Westerners, is that there's a lot of Westerners that are so insulated and so privileged that they actually end up thinking that they have common ground with, like, a totalitarian, hyper-conservative theocracy, right? Like, which, I mean, I think it's insane. It's absolutely insane why this happens, but, yeah, that's it. And so, assassinating 4 days out, yeah. And so you have a lot of liberals and people like that that think that they have anything in common with, like, this military and this regime, which is absolutely insane to me to see. It is.
And the ultimate factor. That's what scares the regime the most. So
yeah,
the more the people are empowered, the quicker we can reach that end.
So you have said that you don't seek power, but you are ready to fulfill a duty if called upon. If the people supported or asked you to return as Shah for a period of time during transition, would you be open to that option?
I don't think I need a title to perform as a transitional leader. I think the reason people are looking for me to play that role is because of their confidence in me, their trust in me, and I think to a great extent the track record that I've demonstrated in the past 44 years since I've begun. And that trust in me allows me to play that national leader role, if you will, and be able to be the element that assembles people together on a common agenda, knowing that we might differ in opinion, but we are committed to the democratic outcome. So I don't think I need to have any particular title. That would be...
this is a smart answer, honestly.
Putting the carriage before the horse, so to speak. Let us be focused on the job at hand. The job at hand is A, eliminate this regime and replace it with a secular democratic alternative. And this is exactly the end game that I'm looking at, and I'm not looking past that one at this time.
Yeah.
I'm focused only on this mission, and I hope my compatriots will understand that we need not prematurely discuss issues that will be determined down the line.
So he's encouraging the people to change the trajectory in Iran more so than the potential of a bomb destroying Fordo. So we're going to have more of our conversation in just a moment.
Is this the Prince of Persia? Yeah, that was the Prince of Persia guy, super based. Yeah, I think so. I think he's too smart to leave in charge. Well, I don't know about that. How do we know this guy will be any better? Does he plan on bringing Iran back to where it was in the 70s? I mean, I think that's probably where he'd be at. I mean, I don't know his position on everything, but I think it's just important that these people are able to elect a person and have that person represent them, right? I mean, that's what really matters the most. I mean, and that it's probably, right? I mean, I think that a lot of people would be voting for him for that reason. They're like, okay, well, we don't really like the way it is right now, and so we want things to go back. And I think that's kind of what the expectation is. 50% crazy is better than 100% crazy? Exactly, yeah. And I think that this guy seems like a certain fucking improvement over the crazy nutballs they have in there now. But again, it's not really up to me. It shouldn't be up to me. And I feel like a lot of people, like his sister, get speak and not interrupt. Works with Iranian people, some of the most warmest people. Yeah, exactly. 97 dying. The Middle East been insane. Agree with this gentleman. The Iranian people deserve better. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people here obviously support about this, but, you know, it's going to really depend on what the actual people there believe. Is he making Iran great again? Maybe. You never know, but I would prefer him than literal terrorists. Exactly, yeah, that's it. He's been consistent in decades and not asking the U.S. military for helping him. Yeah, and, like, it does seem like things are pretty much falling apart in Iran. I mean, like, again, like, imagine if they had killed, like, comparatively, imagine if they had killed that many people in, like, central U.S. leadership positions. I mean, the U.S. would be in absolute fucking disarray. Everybody'd be running around fucking terrified and stressed out and crazy. So, yeah, I think that's basically what's probably going to happen, and we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, literal terror groups fighting for power seems ass. Yeah, exactly. And let's see if I can feel from these. We'll look at a few more of these. And his father has been installed by Western countries. Now he gets installed by them? Well, I don't think that's what he said. He explicitly said that he would be a transitionary leader to let the Iranian people democratically choose who they, or at least like, not, I mean, I don't know democratically, but allow them to choose who's going to lead them, right? That's what he said. I mean, you can say he's lying, that's fine, but yeah, that's effectively what he did say. How indoctrinated are the people of Iran, though? Apparently not very if you have that many people that are pushing back against it, right? And that's clearly what it seems like to me. Let me go back over, I'll look at a few more of these things, and I feel like there's some other stuff that I want to get into today as well, because there's been a lot that's happened, obviously. And so Israel will cause two governments to collapse in a year, Syria and Iran. I mean, I don't know about, like, all this stuff with Syria. I have no idea. But, yeah, that's it. And we watched the Blood Message trailer? I will. Yeah, I will later on. And I'll get around to that. There's a few other things that I want to look at, but then I probably will get around to that and talk about that, too. The lawsuit? Yeah, I do probably need to watch this. I mean, this is a... this is a real fucking circus, man. And... it's actually crazy this is going on. So I guess, yeah, we can watch it, okay? It's time? Yeah, it's time. All right. So, give me 1 second. I gotta use the bathroom, and then we'll do it, okay? Fleek video? I didn't see that. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's only 20 minutes, too, which I appreciate. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So this came out yesterday, and it seems like we have a trap that was laid, and apparently some people have walked directly into it.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Ethan Klein.
Oh.
And my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you. Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney.
Wow. Oh, jeez.
Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate.
Yep.
ReactGate was a debate
this.
going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work, or they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos.
We have before, actually, by the way. Oh, not with his videos. Okay, never mind. I was talking about other people. Yeah.
But to answer your question, no,
we
I
of
don't
course
want
have.
people to stream or re-upload.
But everybody would expect that. I'm, again, the most ethical streamer. But yes.
Upload the entirety of my videos.
Yes.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry.
And
because
humble.
why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this and know it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned.
So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright? Or like the fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your prime... Then watch your prime content.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get.
What is he doing?
Okay, sure.
How did I miss this? I never watched this.
I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least.
The ultimate debate, bro.
Wait, so there's a chance that... Let me get this straight. There's a chance that a judge is going to see this footage. No, I feel like the chance is actually pretty high.
Him with the worm. Oh, what
nice.
did I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one
That's
I'm
not
suing.
even the worm.
Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts, when Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom.
Dude, the live Hassan reaction meme, and it's just the chair. I mean, it's just... Like, I understand if you have to go AFK for a minute or two. Like, it's alright, right? But, like, if you just are just gone and you're just playing a video and it's somebody else's video, like, you know, I don't know if that's really transformative. I feel like it's kind of not.
Or to eat, or to talk to his mom,
yeah,
or to do whatever. Disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
I don't know why he doesn't just pause it, because don't people want to hear what he says about the video? Like, I mean, because isn't this kind of like you saying that, like, nobody even cares about, like, me talking about this video? Like, well, really? I mean, think about it. So, because, like, for me, in my opinion, I think that, like, people want to watch me react to a video because they want to hear what I'm saying about the video. Like, that's what I would imagine. Because, like, why else would you want to watch some bald retard in the corner of the screen interrupting your video unless you wanted to hear what he had to say? So, how do you just leave the video on? I mean, again, and if it's live, I understand this. But if it's not live, then I don't see why you would do that. It doesn't even make sense to me. It kind of goes against the entire premise of, like, what a react is supposed to be for. Is that you're reacting to it. So, but am I, like, I mean, the more that I think about this, the more insane it sounds. You can pause live here now? Yeah.
No
way.
This operation will result in killing of hostages in captivity.
The worst part about this is that he's not even suing Hassan. Hassan isn't even the worst one. Yeah. That's what's so insane.
Well, I've been seeing
The worst is that's only one video.
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist? They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published.
I don't fucking Apple, bro. The Apple and Eden. Oh my god. I have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now the thing is...
Except for me, who waited multiple days. Because again, the most ethical streamer. But yeah, everybody else besides me, that's true.
There were a few people that
just
went
how it is.
above and beyond to commit copyright infringement.
Yes.
For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers.
That's a lot of people.
30 times her regular viewership.
Wow.
She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions could...
Content, nuke, where to watch, and discussion. We've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Dude. Why do you do this? Like, it's just you're setting yourself up to lose. Like, it's like this is like, oh, where to steal something. Like, how do these people, do they have no sense of self-preservation at all? Do they think that and this is what I really think that it is. I think it's privileged people that are used to getting everything that they want for their entire life, used to being catered to, pacified, placated, and served constantly for their whole life. They get held accountable one time and they collapse. There's been no accountability for this at all. Full-on complacency. No, this isn't even complacency. This is like beyond that. Complacency is not giving a fuck. This is being aggressive. It's being malicious. They're Karens? They are Karens. Absolutely.
To be clear, here's an excerpt from a sticky post from the Snark subreddit.
Yes.
Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're all.
I don't know why any of these people would have done that. I feel like it's such a massive fucking mistake. I don't understand at all, like, how could you possibly think that this was a good idea? Especially if you knew that Ethan hates... So, like, I mean, so you think Ethan is this greedy, awful, money-hungry demon. You also know that he hates the Snark subreddit. You intentionally antagonize him. You know that he's already been to court before and he won. What the hell is wrong with you? They're so dumb. Why would you do this?
Offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement.
That's correct.
The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going
Which I totally support Ethan in this, by the way. I do. If you are intentionally uploading somebody's content in order to deprive them of views as your primary goal, you are acting in a malicious way. And in my opinion, the way that I decide whether somebody is wrong or not, I look at what they're trying to do. Are you trying to hurt someone? In this circumstance, the answer is yes.
Encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter.
So it gets even better. I don't know if he includes this in the video, but he subpoenaed Reddit for the different snark subredditors, or subredditors like the mods, for like their real life information. Bro, Ethan is actually going scorched earth on this shit. And by the way, it's completely their fault. They never, ever, ever, ever had to call CPS on him. They never had to justify it. They never had to make it. And also keep in mind, this entire problem and this entire premise is built off of the fact that Ethan didn't want to say that Hamas was a good group. That's it. Ethan did not want to automatically condemn Israel and say that Israel is the worst place ever. Because Ethan supported Palestine too. He donated to Hassan's thing. So I just want you guys to understand that this is a situation where 9 out of 10 things they are completely aligned on, but this one retarded thing that they can't let go of is enough for these people to potentially ruin their fucking life. Good for him. Screw the people that think they're untouchable. I agree with you. I do. Not radical enough? Yes. They love terrorists too much. Well, now they're getting terrorized. I'll be honest. I bet they're not having a good time today.
So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement.
Yes.
But how do you get the streamers themselves?
Literally none of this would have happened if they didn't call CPS. Everything until that point I could totally overlook as stupid internet drama. Involve my kids and I'll fucking delete you. Honestly, any adult could not for a second blame Ethan for that. That is a crazy escalation. And not only is it an escalation, but it's completely unethical. You're misusing and weaponizing a government facility in order to fulfill out an internet beef. And this government facility is supposed to be for protecting like beaten kids.
To admit it's engaging in copyright infringement. But how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Easy, apparently.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow.
How could you be so stupid to say this? I don't understand that. Like, I mean, even if you believe it, why would you say it? Like, there's a lot of dumb things that, like, everybody believes, but they know I shouldn't say that.
Subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
So
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you tried. Denim's the...
Man. And now Denims is raising money for a lawsuit, and a lot of the people that are donating are saying, I'm donating for Ethan Klein to get this money.
Queen of self-owning, you prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the...
See, I actually didn't know that. I thought that you just had to publish it. I thought copyright was created on inception, but this could be an additional level of legal accountability. I wasn't aware of this.
Main biting force of
I think it's 2 separate levels, because I think it was changed in like 1975. But he's talking about something that's a legal resolution.
Right, infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now. I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress.
So he planned this entire
Some
thing
of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain.
People
it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we
See, this is what I think is really funny, is that obviously these people are trying to reframe this in a way that Ethan just hates reaction content, but again, they're just liars. Literally, they're actually just liars. They're just making things up and saying things that aren't true. He literally addresses this specific point, and he goes through how they are actively and intentionally foregoing every fair use protection possible.
Can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us
and also keep in mind that when people like Denims or Caseytron do this, they do very slightly draw the eye of Sauron called Disney. I don't want to have that happen. Nobody wants to have that happen. Or Sony. And the more that they do this flagrantly, without any degree of self-preservation, reasonability, or anything, the higher the probability is that all content on Twitch will suffer as a result of it because of a large-scale lawsuit. That's it. And that's the big issue that I have. That's my main concern. Didn't watch this yesterday? No, it came out yesterday. It's kind of insane to admit that you're abusing the legal system and punish people who you don't like selectively while admitting you don't care about the foundation of the law that you're breaking. So I'm not even going to address this because you're just a retard and you're not interested in having a genuine conversation. Ethan clearly made a distinction between the groups of people that he was suing and the other people that were reacting. He explained the distinction. Now, you can say that's not a good distinction or disagree with that, but to say that he's admitting that he's doing this selectively, yes, he is doing it selectively. He's doing it based off of the people that did it the worst. The most egregious black and white defenders. Or offenders, excuse me. It's just, you're literally just, and this is the thing, these people literally just lie. And I think this is the reason why I never try to engage with people like that, is because they just lie. They say things that just aren't true. How do you deal, like, it's like the what was it, the metaphor of playing chess with a pigeon. You can't beat a pigeon in chess because they'll just walk over the board, kick over all the pieces, and say they won. You just can't win. Why would you ban them over this? Why would I want to have anybody in my chat saying stuff like that? Disagree with banning? I don't. If people disagree and they're just literally lying, making up bullshit, then why would I want to deal with that? I don't want to deal with people like that. They're annoying. They're annoying retards. They're bad faith morons that aren't even, they're just trying to push an agenda. Like, why would I do that?
Look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
It's a retard launcher.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me.
I don't think it's the state of reaction content. I think it's these people think that they are genuinely untouchable. That's the reason. They have this massive ego, and they have this mindset that I actually don't think it's a meta Twitch issue. I think it's a certain subset of these people that believe that because they have the right politics, any action or anything that they do is proactively justified because they're on the right side of some social issue or some political viewpoint. That's why, for example, whenever they get called out for promoting calling CPS on Ethan, right? Or they like rationalizing it, not necessarily promoting it, but rationalizing it. They don't even think about it, right? They're not even thinking about the consequences or anything like that. Yeah, the right side of history. Exactly. CPS, Child Protective Services. It's a place in America. It's an organization in America that helps make sure that kids aren't in abusive households. And people that didn't like Ethan Klein weaponized that government agency in order to harass Ethan Klein's family and try to get his kids taken away from him. And I think that these people just think that anything, and by the way, when you criticize them for that, they say, why are you criticizing me while there's a genocide going on? Well, I'm really glad this is happening, because now, how are you crying about a lawsuit whenever there's a genocide going on? This is what you fucking get.
Instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody.
Fucking exactly. Just like what happened with music.
And sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field.
Yes.
Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high...
You can see the difference that Ethan is creating here, right? The difference between... and I've also seen people reframing it as in Ethan is doing this because they're women. Ethan now hates women, too. Crazy.
Of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video.
And I would say also, like, the fact is, like, I mean, Mike from PA has said, like, way worse stuff than I think Frogan, Denims, or Casey Tron have said in terms of, like, advocating for violence. But he's not the one that's getting in trouble. He's not the one that's getting sued. So you've got to think about why that is. It's about the malicious action.
Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bonglos.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom?
Is she,
Do I have
though?
permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denims.
Jesus.
The queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped.
Oh my God. Where do these people come from?
You can go look at that.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is...
It's crazy that these people are just so blatant with lying. And what's shocking to me about it is that everybody doesn't collectively realize that it's ridiculous. There are actually people that agree with this and they go along with it. How brain rotted do you have to be to just willingly follow through with this propaganda? It's insane.
It's just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems...
Why do you even say this? And this is the real reason why I think people hate everybody hates these people. It's because they never even admit that they're wrong. Like, they can say 2 + 2 is 5, and if somebody says no, it's not, they will somehow never come to the conclusion that they were ever wrong about it to begin with. That's the reason why everybody hates them.
Pretty definitive.
He never said
almost
Hassan
everybody.
Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun.
Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Almost everyone.
Yes.
Agree with it.
To any.
Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostage.
Oh my god. Where do these people come from?
Just have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is...
It's crazy that these people are just so blatant with lying. And what's shocking to me about it is that everybody doesn't collectively realize that it's ridiculous. There are actually people that agree with this and they go along with it. How brain-rotted do you have to be to just willingly follow through with this propaganda? It's insane.
It's just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems...
Why do you even say this? And this is the real reason why I think people hate everybody hates these people. It's because they never even admit that they're wrong. Like, they can say 2 + 2 is 5, and if somebody says no, it's not, they will somehow never come to the conclusion that they were ever wrong about it to begin with. That's the reason why everybody hates them.
Pretty definitive.
He never said
almost
Hassan
everybody.
Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun.
Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. No wonder 50,000 people watch that.
Let's take
Comedy.
a look at the complaints, and let's start with my favorite of the three.
How do you do math while genocide's happening? True. Okay, here we go.
The very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein.
Ethan, please stream. Please stream. Please stream it so I can react. Please, I need this, man. I really fucking need this.
So we're gonna watch it.
Well, that's
the irony. I know.
Really dumb thing to say, don't you think?
Why would you say
Why
that?
are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little touch.
The reason why she's so comfortable is that she openly says and calls people rapists and says all kinds of insane, really bad, defamatory stuff on Twitter constantly. And she suffered zero consequences from it from Twitch. She's another one of these people that somehow has plot armor because I'm assuming some of her constantly.
Clever.
Without
The prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
a lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein.
Ethan, please stream this lawsuit. Please stream it. Please stream it so I can react. Please, I need this, man. I really fucking need this.
So we're gonna watch it.
Well, that's
the irony. I know.
Really dumb thing to say, don't you think?
Why would you say
Why
that?
are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little touch.
The reason why she's so comfortable is that she openly says and calls people rapists and says all kinds of insane, really bad, defamatory stuff on Twitter constantly. And she suffered zero consequences from it from Twitch. She's another one of these people that somehow has plot armor because I'm assuming some of her politics line up with some of the politics of the moderation department of Twitch. That's the reason why. I'm not interested in the way that she looks. It doesn't matter to me what her appearance is.
And here's Casey Trons. She smoked more than she spoke.
Casey Tron smokes
Wait,
42
what? She smokes
times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true.
You know it, I know it, everybody knows it.
Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent...
This is like a cartoon. Really? It's like a cartoon. How does this even happen?
3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
Wait.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
She doesn't even know what she's talking about. This is when this is the Saddam fucking rapture clip, right? I'm pretty sure it is. No, it's something else. No, that was another one. Stalin? No, I got confused.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated form.
That's really good that you added that into the legal text.
Through vaporizers on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot."
Also, at a certain point, you have to ask the question 42 times. Now, there's a rule on Twitch about substance abuse. 42 times, like you don't even know what the fuck is going on in the video you're watching. Like, is that over the line? I feel like it just might be. Somebody asks, who's the better person, Martin Luther King Jr. or Stalin? What the fuck are you talking about? Who is this guy? Leave the weed alone. Yeah, anyway, so the fact is that this happens, and like, how is this not to a certain degree substance abuse? If you're so high, you don't even know what you're watching.
To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell is going on?
Jesus.
He's read more books than...
God damn.
Than you could ever imagine.
How is this real?
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
Jesus. Oh my god.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this here? I know there's so many...
How is this? Bro! How does this happen? How does this happen? How did we get here? Oh my god! It's sad, but it's very... Yes, this is... Just take a step back and think about how ridiculous this is.
This isn't a music video, Hassan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein.
Why would you say this? Like, this is, you don't have, like, why would you do this?
So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary can...
Keep in mind, this is what they're trying to look at as fair use. Because they don't understand laws. They don't... The thing is that they don't need to, because they've been coddled and protected from the consequences of their bad behavior their whole lives. And every time that anything bad happens to them, they blame some sort of outside force like misogyny or racism or something, rather than looking at themselves and thinking, did I do something wrong?
Of you taking bong loads, at least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry, that was a flying star. It almost got me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan.
Oh.
Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically." Hell yeah. Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said...
Why would you say this? I don't... This is, again, these people literally think they have plot armor. Tectone pointed out that if Ethan wins, the is an illegal case proving how they broke the law on Twitch and they'll have to ban them. No, Tectone didn't point that out. I did. Tectone probably heard I said it, and then he used it for himself. He didn't say that. I said that.
Quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole
hard cake baking stream? So people are gonna give her money so she can make herself a cake? Okay. You know who the real victim in all of this is? It's Nick. Nick has been victimized by all of this. Like, he didn't do any of this. He had nothing to do with this. And somehow he's like fucking front and center with this entire situation.
First hour 1 minute and 32 seconds.
Yeah.
It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental break?
Only time that she actually pauses to give commentary is her arguing with her chat about her not giving commentary? That's cute.
Down and uploaded it to fucking YouTube? Are you gonna make at least one good point? What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and...
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
Well, you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be...
And also, like, this is what's so crazy is, like, why would anybody want to watch you watch a video if you're not even there? It's just so stupid. Like, it's like basically like you admitting that, oh, well, nobody gives a shit about my opinion about this, so I'm just gonna do this. They always get up. I'm gonna disagree with the political stance. Yeah, I guess so. Could she use the fact that she was on ×2 speed as an argument about it being transformative? I have no idea.
Watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way.
these people are so caught up in their own fake morality world that they're actually going to ruin their own life. And I've got to admit, it's fun to watch. It really is. I love seeing this. This is amazing. You love to see it? I really do.
From Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people, Reddit people. I came from the Itchy Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while his son is in Japan. I'm bothered having a great time. Exactly. We're
Oh God. It's just so sad.
gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated
You just why would you say that? Again, it's the stated malicious intent. I don't understand this.
Watching through other streamers, and I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the
100% ain't anyone watching that shit on H3's channel. There's been like over 1 million views, etc. You know, like it's just embarrassing, man.
stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically, but I learned not to steal when I was 5.
No, it has nothing to do with ethics at all. It has everything to do with their own moral viewpoint that proactively absolves them of any guilt from any action. Anything that they do is okay because they're on the right side of something. They think they're untouchable? They do.
Next is denims.
Oh.
And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on denim.
This is in the court documents? Great.
Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content. And it was
Rogan deleted her VODs when I Googled her. Somebody said that. Is that true? Yep. That's true. That is in fact true. I would have expected that. Oh, and her, wait. Her pinned message is a GoFundMe. How's that going? $5,000 for Ethan Klein. That's great. So so she's raised almost $6,000 for Ethan. Good for him. Jesus. You think her leader would pay it? You mean Hassan would pay it? I mean, like, Hassan, it's not Hassan's fault that they're this dumb. I mean, and also, I guarantee you Hassan is probably going to try to, like, make an excuse for why this is okay when he knows 100% that they're in the wrong. 100%. They're in the wrong. Everybody knows it. It's obvious. They're even saying that they're in the wrong. And somehow, there's going to be a reason why it's not a problem. Can you explain why they need to GoFundMe? Aren't they rich anyway? They're not rich at all, bro. Like, absolutely not. These people are bottom feeders. Like, you probably make more than they do working at McDonald's. I'm not even kidding.
It was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm gonna stream it. That is very explicit.
Wow.
Denim said, quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content.
So she's actively saying that she's admitting that she's cannibalizing viewership and acting as a market replacement while trying to profit off of it. So that's like a 2-in-1. Because there's 4 pillars of fair use, and that's 2 of them right there. In one sentence.
Content.
The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
What is the chat saying in this? Like, I'm just confused. Nobody's even complaining about it. I mean, I guess they are kind of, but like not really. Don't leave it on. She's making us watch this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You do look better.
Mr. 305.
Yeah.
I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it, watch it.
So there's even prior intent that's stated as well. Like not even during the thing. Like you even said that afterwards you're like, how do you, oh my god.
With someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed